handed you $142,000. Now, while an official announcement hasn't come out yet by the major credit card companies, there's a reason MasterCard has already been granted 27 blockchain patents and has applied for 53 more. You see, they lost an estimated $953 million to fraud last year. And there's another important reason for these companies to act quickly. You see, data security doesn't just affect consumers. One recent study found the average company that suffered a data breach lost $150 million in stock value. And financial firms were affected the most. So in my view, a new card rollout is inevitable. It could be weeks away. But here's the thing. Most people won't think twice when they get their new state-of-the-art card. It might look more or less the same. So what's the big deal? However, for those in the know, the smart investors who grab a small stake in the companies that will provide the underlying blockchain technology of the future, they will reap enormous profits. And I'll share with you a very exciting development, an opportunity I found on this just myself. If you take away one thing from today's presentation, let it be this. Even if you get everything else wrong, by getting just one big investment trend right, you can become a millionaire many times over and be set up for life. I'm proud to say I've identified two of these big investments. Back in April 2016, for example, I recommended Bitcoin when it was trading a hair north of $400. People laughed and told me crypto was worth nothing. I did my research, and you know what happened next. Bitcoin shot up past 1,000, 5,000, reaching 19,000. Another crypto I spotted soared 11,318%. And I recommended my readers take profits just 3 days before the big crash of 2018. Another small crypto I recommended went ballistic, shooting up over 150,000%. Several of my readers became millionaires, including Blue I mentioned earlier. Also a trucker, as well as one struggling farmer who was able to turn a few $1,000s into $2.5 million. That's the power of investing in the decades of investment. Back in 2003, similar to occurred, I made an emphatic take on quantum investment. You see, at the time, those conditions paid out like languages. Apple went on to reach over $250 a share. It all comes down to this, making just one right choice. Shouldn't we spend more of our time traveling, learning, being with loved ones and friends, just playing happy fun? We are at the start of a brand new day. I've shown you the proof, stats, and all the industries getting involved in blockchain, and how your timing today is absolutely perfect. Mass adoption is taking place right now. Earlier I mentioned Buffett. You could make his moves and take his money. What Buffett's top hiring millions of small companies that are enabling the big firms to shift onto the blockchain. These firms are rarely, if ever, in but they're simply not the big, sexy tech conglomerates the mainstream likes to talk about. You know, companies like Facebook and Google. That's why I just put the finishing touches on the two crucial reports I believe will help you maximize your profits in the blockchain revolution. and also help you do it as quickly as possible. First, there are 3 blockchain stocks I believe you absolutely should own right now. They stand head and shoulder above the crowd, and even better, you can buy them straight from an ordinary brokerage account. I've given a full, detailed account of each of these 3 stocks in a new special report I just put together. It's called The Investment of the Decade, 3 must-own stocks that will power blockchain's 295,000% revolution. What's the first stock? Well, let me ask you a question. When you think of ETFs, options, and futures, what do these assets all have in common? The answer? Each of these trades on a unique exchange. Well, soon, we're going to see a brand new $1,000 and making a small change to your portfolio. Replace fiat currency, that's paper money, by 2030. Now, I'm not talking about huge out-of-mind crypto fanatics. This comes straight from Deutsche Bank. Even Jerome Powell has now told Congress the Federal Reserve is investigating whether or not they should issue their crypto. And many big investors who once swore off or ignored cryptos. JP Morgan's CEO, for example, once called Bitcoin fraud. The firm has since become a very large buyer of Bitcoin. Dan Schulman, PayPal's CEO, once called Bitcoin unsuitable. He's now a Bitcoin holder. David Swenson, the investment genius who grew Yale's endowment trust from $1 billion to $29 billion, earmarked $300 million for crypto. In fact, according to one report, institutional investment has gone up 952% over the last 22 months. And these guys are investing between 200 and 400 million a week in crypto. So this is it. If you've ever considered buying cryptos, even just a small stake, please read my manifesto. Because this May, a major event is set to take place in the crypto world. Something that only happens once every 4 years and is mathematically 100% guaranteed to happen. Now I realize that may sound hard to believe, but it's actually a line of code, line 1577, hard-coded into Bitcoin's blockchain. And it will greatly reduce, by half, the number of coins available. In fact, the last time this event occurred 4 years ago, I issued a small string of recommendations and they all went up big. One went up by 7,691%, another by 11,318%, 14,269%, 15,811%, and the last by 151,323%. That was before these big institutions with their billions were all rushing to get in. But please, understand, I'm not here to twist your arm. What I want you to do is at least take a look at the research I've put together in my Davos manifesto. And then make your own decision. In the manifesto, I've listed my 4 top cryptocurrencies to get into right now. I'm placing a strong buy call on all of these. They each have the potential to 10x within 12 months. 2 of these, for example, are already playing an important role in the big changes happening in finance. You can get all my research, including the Davos Manifesto, my special report on the 3 best blockchain stocks, as well as my 3 best speculations button will appear below this video. Once you click it, you'll be able to secure your subscription. As a member, you'll get 12 months of my best investment ideas on the first Thursday of each month. You'll get a brand new issue of the Palm Beach Letter. I don't limit myself to blockchain. In the past, I've covered safe income stocks, alternative investments, as well as how to play rising trends like legal marijuana and sports betting. Full support. Our specialists are located in Delray Beach, Florida. Please feel free to call or email them for any help you need with your subscription. Access to our one-of-a-kind model. Since 2011, the Palm Beach Letter's model portfolio has performed second to none, averaging 89% per year. And since I took over the reins in 2016, we've done even better. We've averaged 154% a year. That's not a typo, 154% a year. That's 10 times better than the S&P at record highs. As a member, you'll see all our current picks, including 3 untouchable stocks that were essentially immune to the crash of 2008 and have since trounced the stock market. If you're antsy about which way the market's heading, I strongly recommend you look at those 3 right away. You'll also get full 24/7 access to our members-only website. With your special password, which I'll send you in a minute, you'll be able to unlock our full archive of investment reports, including 2 reports I'm especially fond of. The first is private investing. According to the National Bureau of Economic Research, the average venture capital firm multiplies their money 70 times over a decade. That's 339 times better than the average stock investor. In this report, you'll discover what I call a secret backdoor we found that lets you get into the private markets, no matter what your income or net worth is. You can even use it inside your IRA. We also just released a fascinating report on what I call fractional shares. This is a brand new way to buy tiny stakes in assets traditionally reserved for the rich. Think classic cars and rare art. Imagine, for example, owning a small part of a Picasso or a Rolls Royce. Now you can. Of course, these reports are on top of the research I already promised you earlier. My special report on the 3 best blockchain stocks, the 3 best speculations that could turn $1,000 into $1.6 million, and the Davos Manifesto. There's also one extra benefit. I'll also add you to my exclusive proprietary alert send list. As soon as I hear about any important change that could affect one of my recommendations, you'll be the first to know. So what does this all cost? As you can imagine, if we sold this full package on its own, we'd probably be looking at somewhere over $500. That would be a steal. In fact, when I ran my hedge fund, for every $1 million they had invested with me, my clients paid $20,000 in fees each year, in addition to the 20% profit I generated. Because our research costs are divided into thousands of paying subscribers, the normal price for the Palm Beach Letter is only $199. That's per year, not per month. When you consider that many Palm Beach Letter readers have become millionaires by following just one of my recommendations, I think you'll agree $199 is a fair price. And if you decide not to join today, and go back to our website later on, that's the price you'll see. That's the price you'll have to pay. However, because you watched this full presentation, and I know you're serious about this opportunity, I want to do everything I can so price is not an issue, and price does not get in the way of you making a fortune. So here's what I did. I sat down with my publisher, and we agreed to authorize for you and any other new member who decides to sign up today an exclusive one-time discount. So today, you have the opportunity to try out the full Palm Beach Letter for only $49. Just click the button below this video that says, Tika, I'm in, to take advantage. Now, as you know, $49 doesn't get you very far these days. It's probably just enough to take your significant other out to a movie. So I'm not sure how long this special offer will last. But there's also another important reason I wanted to make sure you don't delay this. that's because we only have a very short amount of time, maybe days, before the blockchain plays our family rules. You see, 2020 is going to be the banner year for blockchain. We've already seen how Germany green-lighted cryptocurrencies for major banks, and how the DTCC just put $10 trillion onto the blockchain. But several key events will take place in 2020 that will catapult blockchain very quickly. The first is Facebook. As you've likely heard, they're launching Libra, their brand new blockchain-based currency, very soon. Next is Morningstar. That's the company that ranks all the mutual funds. They will soon start ranking blockchain investments, bringing bank-level credibility to the space. Forbes says it could unlock billions. And perhaps the biggest event of all of this, Ethereum, the blockchain used by most of corporate America, including JP Morgan, who built an extensive platform based on Ethereum, is set to release its version 2.0. It's scheduled to happen any day now. This is huge. And already venture capital investment in blockchain is starting to go vertical. Now is the time to invest. Before these catalysts shift the blockchain revolution from low to high. All right, it's time for me to go. I hope you've enjoyed this presentation. More importantly, I hope you will take action. I believe blockchain will help usher in a brand new class of humans, and I want you to be one of them, just like my other readers. The best way to accomplish that is by trying out the Palm Beach letter. That way you'll be able to see for yourself why we've been able to beat the reward market by a factor of 10 to 1. And why Palm Beach letter readers have had the chance to beat the pants off the average investor more than 81 times over. Remember, there's a button below this video that says Tika I'm in. I encourage you to click on it right now. You'll be taken to a secure page that will let you lock in today's special discount of $150. I recommend you take this $150 and invest it in blockchain. Also, please rest assured, you risk nothing by acting today. That's because we've put in place an unconditional 100% money-back guarantee. Simply put, you have the next 60 days to review everything you're owning. Look at my research, question everything. If you don't like the sound of this, no worries. Contact my Florida support.
Thank you, man.
Immediately return.
I'm learning a lot.
No ifs, ands, or buts. That is my promise to you. What do you say? Now maybe you're already set for life and have more money than you know what to do. Great, and I'm happy. But if not, and if you want to try something different, why not finally profit from the top investment of the decade? I've done all the right things. I'm getting this one decision right. As Earl Nightingale once said, one idea.
Sorry, close.
Most people
Few things. Only few things.